What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to go over how we're closing 2 to 4 high-end remodels each month without spending a fortune on advertising, and how we've collected over 7+ figures in revenue using what I call our celebrity contractor method. And for those of you that don't know, my name is Evan. In addition to running a marketing agency for the past 6 years and helping hundreds of business owners scale, I've also been co-running a family remodeling business with my father and his crew. And the same systems that I'm going to teach you, we've seen work with us. So I just want to provide as much value in this video. You can do the marketing yourself, or if you're looking to outsource it, maybe you get enough value from this that you think, hey, I remember that Evan guy. Let me see what he's about. So shameless plug, but either way, I just want to get right into it with you guys. So we're going to talk about first the importance of tracking your data. We're going to talk about specific content for your business, the paid ad structure to follow, automations that we use to convert more leads, and then the virtuous cycle, which makes all of this basically compound. So I first want to preface this with a little story, because not long ago, our business was in really bad shape. We fell into the beginner trap that I think so many contractors do, which is relying on Angie and Thumbtack as well as referrals to basically keep our business afloat. And that's no good because it's not predictable. You can't really scale that way. We didn't really have a social media strategy. Like, our pages just looked very boring. And then also we were missing a lot of opportunities because my dad is the main person on the field. He's the classic owner operator. We didn't really have any systems in place. So calls were constantly being missed, dealing with a lot of telemarketers. And one thing that he told me that I'll never forget was, I remember a while ago, he said, you know what, Evan, I kind of wish I just went to school and got a normal job. And I remember thinking at the time, like, wow, like he's someone that I looked up to be an entrepreneur. And I thought, if this business is really eating at him that much, like, what's the point of all of this? And I say that because I know a lot of you guys are in the same position right now. Now, thankfully, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. So fast forward a couple years later, now we have a consistent flow of new exclusive leads. We have follow-up processes and systems to make sure we're actually converting those people, and having a strong content strategy, which fuels our organic and paid efforts, and just makes everything like so much better. All right. So back to this outline. First, we're going to talk about tracking data. Now, we use 2 spreadsheets within our company. So one of these is going to be like a project board. So this just shows us all of the recent leads, who's actually converted into a new project, who hasn't converted, all of that stuff. And then we use another spreadsheet that our virtual assistant comes in here and tracks our metrics every day. And the reason why we do this for our ad metrics versus just keeping everything in the native ads manager dashboard is because this allows us to keep a better pulse to see what's going on. So if we go to our current month, which is May, you can see that our cost per lead is actually very high right now. And this is because we're testing some new things, which clearly haven't been performing that well. Obviously we want our cost per lead for basement remodeling to be much lower than this. Nonetheless, we can track this and see, okay, what's actually working, what's not. And granted, one of these leads probably is going to convert into a new project. So obviously if he closes, it will pay for more than in itself. But still, we want to be mindful about this. And then we can go back to other months, March, February, January, whatever, notice trends over time and say, like, okay, back in March, our cost per lead on Google was $28, which is really good, actually. So let's go back and look at what we were doing in January. Let's see if we can maybe mimic that and focus on more of that. Now, the next thing I want to get into with you guys is content. And this is absolutely critical for growing your business, because what most contractors are making the mistake of doing is either not having any content at all or relying on AI to do everything. And this is a mistake in both scenarios. You want to have authentic content where ideally you as the business owner are getting on camera, pressing record, and showing your expertise. This has generated the best clients, has brought us the most leads, and it's really a disservice if you're not doing this. So where do we get inspiration for content? We like going on TikTok, just typing in kitchen remodeling and looking at like the first 15 posts that come up, and you'll notice some recurring themes, which is like the white caption overlays, a lot of videos, obviously, transformation walkthroughs. We have some videos where like the owner is speaking, talking about what's going on. And the whole point is you want your content to look as native to the platform as possible. This is what's also going to perform well as advertising. Now, Instagram is another channel. So this is our account. And here are some examples that we've done with our business. And by the way, these posts have also worked well for our ads. So my dad is just talking about custom kitchen cabinets and some alternative options if people want to save money. Let's see. We also have a video where he's talking about why going with the lowest bidding contractor is probably a red flag. This one I'm giving value about 3 different types of kitchen countertops, right? So between our page, this page is another good one, Basements Plus. So the owner, Steve, he's talking about behind the scenes of what's happening with the basement. So again, you being willing to be on camera and just talk about the job, in my opinion, will outperform any before and transformation video where you're not included. And I can say that with confidence because we've tested this. We're in the age now where there's a trust recession. People buy from people. And if you can develop that know, like, and trust factor where someone watches your video, they go, yeah, I know Steve. Yeah, I've been seeing his videos around town for the past 3 weeks. He seems like a cool guy. That's going to sell your service more than any before and after kitchen or bathroom will. Lastly, Rinaldi Brothers. So these guys have a lot of great content as well. And then, obviously when you guys are building out your social media profiles, make sure you're posting frequently, posting on your stories frequently, posting on your highlights. A lot of clients will come through to your highlights and just, they want to see what's happening behind the scenes. So make use of this. Now let's move on to the actual advertisements. So we're in Meta right now. I'm going to show you our highest performing ads. This one is definitely one of them. It's a basement remodel that we did. I'll just play the reel right here. Let me go back. So this is me narrating. I'm talking about like, what if you could transform your basement into the favorite room of your home? And then we're putting real B-roll footage of our jobs, not AI, real footage, and just kind of talking about the benefits that people in Atlanta will get because that's the city we're targeting. And this is the ad copy if you're wondering. So we're calling out the city. Are you dreaming of a luxurious basement but don't know where to begin? Boom. We're looking for 10 insert city residents to put a little bit of like urgency and scarcity. Then just talking about the benefits a new basement will give them. All right. Simple enough. Let's look at another one. We've tried some AI stuff, but I'm telling you, the authentic stuff performs better.
Living in an outdated kitchen?
This one, living in an outdated kitchen is now optional. Same thing over B-roll footage. Here's another ad that performed really well. Again, another walkthrough where we're just calling out like, check out this basement in Dunwoody. It's a very boring video, actually, just like the during stages. And this was one of our best performers and actually led to, I think, two new renovations that we did. So we're just explaining like what's happening behind the scenes. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of contractors make is they think everything has to be the finished Hollywood product, but it's not the case at all. So just to show you what the ad copy looks like on this. Again, it's the same one that we used last time. Hey, Atlanta, are you dreaming of a luxurious basement? Blah, blah, blah. Let's go into a kitchen one. So these can also perform well, just basic before and after photos of the actual jobs. And then one last idea is like case studies like this. So here I'm on the computer and I just have a split screen here in my apartment talking about jobs that we did and some of the things that happened. So hopefully this is giving you ideas. And I think the main takeaway is that these ads don't look like ads. They look like native pieces of content. And that's really what we're going for. And now for the next step, let's talk about converting these leads using automation. So this is a system that we use. And the nice thing about this is it keeps all of our leads organized. So we could see, okay, who's actually closed, how many are in the quoted process. Funny enough, some of these people actually need to be dragged over into sold, and there's more people that we're quoting. So this pipeline, me and my dad have to update a little bit. But nonetheless, having something like this is nice because we could see like, okay, how much did their project close for? What source did they come from? And one of the cool things that we're using is automated text messages and emails. And this is so important because speed to lead is the name of the game if you want to convert leads. But also, it's going to help with the inherent long sales cycles that this industry typically has. Most people don't make a $100,000 purchasing decision on day one. Many people need several weeks or months. So what we can do is we can stay in front of them with these value-based emails, just providing value, letting them know that we're there for them, going over frequently asked questions, or like inserting client testimonials in here. For example, we have this plus a testimonial. So again, most contractors don't have something like this. And this system allows us to automate our conversations with leads, know who's converting. This lead came in, he ended up booking a walkthrough for today actually. And we have like all of this recorded in one spot, which is really cool. And all of this, even if it leads to just a 10% lift in your conversion rates, that's a massive change to your bottom line. So there's no reason why you wouldn't do this. And then lastly, the virtuous cycle is simply just rinse and repeat. The cool thing about this is because we're tracking our data, we can see which content's performing well, which ads are performing well. That gives you the confidence to just put more money into what's already working. And I think that's one of the main things that a lot of business owners are scared to do. They don't have confidence that what they're doing is working because they don't have a structure. When you have a structure, this is the secret to scaling. It's just having confidence at the end of the day. That's really it. And all of these feed into each other because when your content gets better, your ads get better. When your ads get better, your lead generation gets better. When your lead generation gets better, your sales volume gets better and your closing percentage gets better. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Make sure to implement some of these systems. I'm looking forward to seeing your success. And if you would like help implementing these same exact systems for your remodeling business, I'm going to leave a link down below. Check it out, schedule a call. I'd be more than happy to help you out with this. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.